I'm back watching some more One Piece. Whitebeard has run into battle, so I'll get to see him fight some really strong people. That should be exciting. It was honestly a pretty great Whitebeard moment in the last episode, especially when he forgave Squard, his son, and just kind of rallied the troops around him. But yeah, excited to see where this goes, and let's begin. Whitebeard has officially gone into action. And again, I know he's weakened, obviously, with like, you know, the stab wound and being old and sickly, but he's the strongest person here. Man, look at that. Oh my goodness. And I love the way that they animate the eyes, especially, like just those piercing eyes. Ooh, brilliant. Okay, Whitebeard. Yeah, I'm not stepping up to fight him. Who wants to fight him? Like, imagine the Navy now. You are fighting a living legend. Like, it almost doesn't feel real. Who's he pointing at? Sengoku? Okay. I mean, the morale definitely shot up. You got the world's strongest man joining the fight now on the Whitebeard side. It was looking pretty bad there for a moment. I think the match I'm most excited to see, Whitebeard versus a couple of admirals. Well, because I think Whitebeard would be able to handle one fairly easily. Or not, maybe not fairly easily, but handle one. A couple, the admirals would probably have the advantage. All three, it's just a jumping at that point. That power is so insane, though. So the ice is stopping it, so they're trying to close them in. Okay, well that's good. That's something their plan didn't have in, well, planned. That's something they didn't plan for. What's this guy gonna do now, Squard? Like, what can you do at this point? You gotta feel so horrible. Well, you chose to believe the enemy instead of someone that you had known all these years. To be fair, I feel like a lot of them would just blame Akainu, not Squard, because they'd be like, well, he might have stabbed him, but he was tricked. It's not like he would have done that willingly without being tricked. I mean, this could get really dark if he decides to, like, fall on his sword. Like, I think this goes one of two ways. Either he's like, I've got to, like, end it all, or I've got to redeem myself as best as possible. Okay, Marco. I guess he is the vice captain. It's crazy, though, because it feels like they've been running forever and have gotten nowhere. Gee, like, there is no end to the amount of Marines. I knew that there were, like, 100,000 here. But still, Luffy, like, how long does it take to run? Like, it wasn't even that far. Like, sure, I get it. You're not even moving anywhere. I get it. It's the way that they're animating it. But this man has been running non-stop and has not even reached the wall. Yeah, they're pulling back, but it does seem to be a bit of an issue with their plan. They can't fully close off this area. I mean, obviously, like, the Whitebeard side was at a disadvantage coming to their terrain. One of two things is going to happen. The ice is going to break, or the machine is. You got to be careful. You are all in danger. Like, you guys will be like fish in a barrel. They'll just start shooting every single last one of you. A giant. This one's got a nice coat. It's actually kind of crazy how Whitebeard, with one hand, took out a Vice Admiral giant. Like, that was wild. Just one-handed too. Like, forget about him being weakened. Oh, you are so cooked. Will that have more effects? Okay, so it's like the whole ground and everything. I mean, that's kind of wild. That's the danger of using this power. Even the execution platform, they stopped. But does that mean that Whitebeard then, if it came to it, if they're like, hey, about to execute him, he could always just like pull reality from here? What is it? What does he see? What? What? Forget the tsunami. This is a bigger feat. Well, he's stretchy. He'll be like Spider-Man and reach up. What the flip, Doflamingo? Yeah, no, that is easily the biggest feat I've seen so far in this series. I'm trying to think of anything bigger. I don't think I can. What the flip, man? He's definitely insane. Like, he's a sick individual, but he is also, charismatic, so it's hard to fully hate him. I don't really hate him to begin with, but like, some sick stuff this guy was doing. But that's the issue with Whitebeard using this power, is that it doesn't just affect the enemies, it affects everyone. What is he gonna grab? What did you grab? Okay, Jinbei. You see, Jinbei is coming up so clutch. Jinbei and Luffy basically became like best of friends immediately, which makes sense, because Luffy is like a one-of-a-kind person. But I guess the worry is hopefully that doesn't like weaken the ice to the point where they can close the things that they needed to. This giant is not done? Yeah, your insides are basically being destroyed. There's got to be like a liver punch, but way worse. Somebody, Sengoku is... What just happened? Now, you got powerful people on that scaffold. What happened though? Oh, okay. Interesting. Can he reverse the ice? I love the solutions, but like, he's not wrong. All your enemies are right there. Make it rain. Not that I'm on their side, but like, you know, still. Yeah, you guys are in a bad situation because they don't even have to worry about their own troops. Man, Kizaru is the best. Okay, so they will close. How long does it take you to run? Like, it feels like you've barely made any traction. Okay, slingshot yourself, yes, but careful stretching out your hands. There are some incredibly dangerous people. Yeah, I have a feeling it's not that easy. No, okay. Maybe it is. I thought someone was gonna stop him. Okay, well, someone did. Now what? Like, seriously, now what? Oars. The oars body. You saw that? Like, right in the middle, too. Okay, so no effect. I mean, I feel like Whitebeard could do another attack, but it would be risky. They got you. You're like fish in a barrel. It's actually kind of crazy how poorly this has gone so far for them. Yeah, the oars' body is the only way up. Yeah, obviously. That body must weigh so much. Yeah, I mean, they definitely would have been in trouble if Oars' body wasn't there. Yeah. Where's Buggy? Is Buggy still frozen? Okay, this is bad. This is really bad. Yeah, he's gonna make it rain. I do love the, like, his tattoos and everything. Just like a... What, like a Pacific Islander? I love the shades. Yeah, it's about to feel like hell. I mean, it already does, but... There is something really cool about that, though. I mean, like the visuals, when he was firing it up and just the way it all looked. Yeah, this is not going to be pleasant. Every time it gets this quiet, it's so eerie. I mean, you know what's coming. I was gonna say 4? Only 4? No, there's way more than 4. I saw someone say, like, this is the most destructive devil fruit in the series. I don't know, like, I saw maybe there was some debate on that, but regardless, it's definitely up there. I assume his, Whitebeard's, Enel's, and Whitebeard must shoulder, like, most of this, because, again, like, these are his friends and family that are caught in this. Like, he's the one who officially decided, like, hey, we're gonna go and rescue Ace, my son. But that also means he's got to put his other sons, his other family members in danger. Okay, come on, Luffy, though. You've been, I'm not gonna lie, a bit of a disappointment. I am usually on your side, Luffy, but you gotta do something. Like, pull out some wildcard stuff. Go and get Buggy. you two will hatch some sort of plan. Because right now, you're doing what I am. Watching. You're being as helpful as me. Not at all. I'm at least providing, like, mildly entertaining commentary. Okay, it's probably not even mildly entertaining. But that shot of Whitebeard, where you could tell, like, he's really going through it. Like, I would imagine he's like, man, I led my family into hell. Actually, that was one of the craziest feats that he did. Where, like, I thought that the tsunami was crazy. No, this is, that was next level. I guess on to the next. Sabaody. It's crazy how peaceful it is here in comparison. Law. Yeah, I guess the different rookies would still be here. That's a good point. Okay. Drake. Again, interesting. I wonder if they are kind of jealous knowing that Luffy is there. Maybe not. Yeah, I thought maybe Kid and Law would be like, Straw Hat, what is he doing there? To be fair, I don't think you would want to see what's happening at Marineford right now like you might think you do. I'm actually shocked. Wait, so what, Kizaru just left them? He was just like, oh, okay, I don't care about any of these guys? What the flip, Kizaru? Yeah, that's not a good sign. That means death. Whose death, though? That's the question. Just death in general? I like how they're fist. Yeah, no, this is a horrible situation because it would be so easy to drown here. Especially, obviously, for the Devil Fruit users, you can't save everyone. Okay, we need, like, someone to turn the tides, like, a little bit. Anyone? Luffy, you gotta do something. You're not one to panic. You're one to just, like, do. That's not good. You gotta act fast. I hope you can swim. It would be hot, too. It'd be hot as hell. Now what? Now they're gonna hit you. Oh, crap. Are any of the Whitebeard pirates gonna survive? Okay, they really are just dominating right now. I gotta hand it to the world government. I mean, Sengoku, this was a good strategy. Like, Whitebeard, at a certain point, like, another attack, maybe? Okay, yeah. Will it break through? Certainly. I mean, better than nothing. Really? How? How about a swordsman? Vista. He can cut through it, can't he? I mean, I would hope so. Honestly, you got bigger things to worry about than this ship. That ship is already engulfed in flames. It's over. I can't even think of how they're going to turn this around. I mean, actually, I can. Luffy. Luffy is the key. Pull something out. Don't worry about it. At the end of the day, it's just a ship. Actually, that's a good point. Never mind. I'm sorry. I know, with like the Going Merry, it's not just a ship. It means a little bit more. You know, as long as the people, the crew survive, that's what's important. But yeah, no. It's not just a ship. I get it. It's One Piece, so it's not just a ship. I'm sorry. I immediately, after saying that, I thought of the Going Merry. And I was like, okay, maybe it's not just a ship. Yeah, fish in a barrel. We got a Luffy. As long as we have Luffy, there's a chance. Okay, finally, it looked like Luffy might have actually locked in for a second. Yeah, he did say he would accept whatever happens. That is a beautiful shot. Okay, Luffy. This man is the key. Okay, come on, Luffy. What are you gonna pull out? He's still fighting. They're starting to give up hope. He is, again, this is his biggest contribution to the war, is the fact that he will never give up. Look at the eyes. I love it when they do that with the eyes. That is a great shot. Again, he's not really that strong, but it's his ability to rally people around him. Even Vista. It's obvious, but to be fair, it's still the only route. Like, the reason it's obvious is because it's the only route. Okay, seriously, what's gonna happen? Luffy hasn't been hit, though. Certainly you have some people who can use, like, abilities for defense, right? Like, even swordsmen and stuff like that to cut up as many of these as possible. I don't see you doing anything. I get it, though. It's still their side. It feels like he's been running forever and has gotten nowhere. It's almost like, who was it, Sisyphus? Rolling the boulder up the hill, and just every time he got close, it would just roll back down. I would almost hope that the smoke can kind of like conceal him. He still hasn't gone down. He's never gonna give up. I do love like the music in the background. I might look up this OST. This is a great OST. That was a nice shot. Is he gonna get hit here? How are they gonna get out of this? What the flip? Like, obviously this isn't good, and I have to assume Jinbei is gonna save him. It's actually crazy how fast things turned. Also, like, this is all daytime, too. It was weird seeing, like, the contrast between here and, Sabaody. Because it was like, oh yeah, it is daytime, it just feels like nighttime because of, like, all the smoke and stuff like that. This is like the darkest moment. What is happening? Is it Whitebeard again? What the flip is going on? He's still alive? You see, this is why I said, you never know with One Piece. You just never know. I was like, I'm pretty sure he's dead. Like, that felt like as much of a death scene as you get. I mean, I guess not. There was something kind of funny about that. The Jinbei's got him, though. So he's still alive. I'm actually shocked he's still alive. Well, at the very least, he distracted them and woke Luffy up, so that's something. He's actually alive. Again, I just gotta remember, we're watching One Piece. Yeah, I wonder if this guy's gonna be, like, so valuable with something he does to redeem himself. Okay. They're just gonna take out oars. And I assume Oars Jr. wasn't nearly as strong as the actual Oars, the continent puller. Okay, so what is he gonna do? Ah, this is not good. That feels a little brutal for One Piece, so I have to assume this, like, somebody's gonna step in. Like, he's not dying here. He didn't wake up just to get, like, whatever, his head blown through. Okay, so he's throwing him. This actually makes sense. Again, throwing the water like this is such a great ability. Nobody seems to shock Garp quite like Luffy. Okay. Oh man, just the 3 different reactions. It's like, where to get the log from? What the flip? I guess it's like a mast. But you are in... Okay, that is a shot. But you are in incredibly dangerous territory. I mean, you got like 3 of the biggest threats right in front of you. Either way, you saved Oars. I mean, if Oars survives this, I don't even know anymore. It's not even about, like, him being strong. It's about never giving up. Yeah, Aokiji's not gonna try and kill him. He really does fixate in on the dragon part, doesn't he? Dragon son. Like, not Garp's grandson, not Luffy, like Dragon son. They're gonna rally behind him. Luffy's been going non-stop. He's gotta be so weakened. Honestly, that means a lot coming from Akainu. He's not even trying to beat you. Like, he knows he can't beat you. He's not an idiot. Although people might accuse him of being that, including myself. He's not stupid. He's just trying to get to his brother. Honestly, this is such a great moment. He's actually right in front of the three admirals. What the fuck? Granted though, like, I have a feeling if he was stronger, he would be in more danger. If he was, like, seen as more of a threat by the admirals. I think it's the fact that he's not seen as, like, as threatening. That's the reason why they aren't, like, immediately attacking him. Either way though, such a great Luffy moment. I mean, it just his tenacity. He's never gonna stop. And it just gave them, like enough time, enough also motivation to be like, okay, we gotta keep going. I even wonder if by the end of this, as much as Whitebeard might be like, oh, okay, you know, if Ace wants to become king of the pirates, I would want that for him. If by the end he might be like, maybe that Straw Hat guy is the one to succeed Roger. At least that's what I hope, is that everyone walks away from this battlefield on either side being like, whatever we thought coming into this, whatever we thought about like Ace being like the successor to Roger, his son and things like that, that's out the window. It's Luffy. Man, just such a great moment where Luffy's like, I don't care about any sort of common sense. I don't care that I'm facing down three admirals, all three. I'm just going to do whatever it takes to save my brother. Anyway, okay, Luffy. I love that they're just standing there. Like, they could not be bothered in the least by this guy. I get it, because he's like, it's like a fly to them. A really pesky fly and persistent one. I mean, he's fast, but these are the admirals we're talking about. No. No. It's not that easy. Kizaru. The thing is, he could kill you there. Maybe you want to call it plot armor or whatever, but like, he chose not to kill you. Because he could have. I have a feeling we need someone to occupy the admirals for Luffy to, like, you know, do his thing. He's all alone. We need reinforcements. Like, where is everyone? Where are they? I'm watching you, Garp. What are you gonna do? What is he gonna do? You know what? I didn't even put that together. Maybe that's why the admirals were like, yeah, we don't want to kill him because we know that that's his grandson. Someone. He's not dying. Seriously though, like, who the flip is stopping this? Well, are we cutting to black now? What the flip? Okay, what actually happened? Like, who attacked? Okay, so somebody killed the executioners. It's Crocodile, isn't it? But like, why? Why? Well, he has no love for Ace. He's in the middle. Like, what the flip is he doing? I don't understand. Yeah, Crocodile. What the flip? Okay, anyway. Not what I was expecting. That guy? I know he's bad with names, but like, that guy? What's Whitebeard gonna say? I don't really understand Crocodile. Oh, maybe it's just that he doesn't want the Marines to win? Okay, that's it, okay. Doflamingo. Okay, those two were kind of like in confrontation with each other was the last thing I saw. Again, there's so much happening. It's funny though, because like with One Piece, you see someone's head get chopped off and it's like, well, you know, he's fine. Just look how, this man is twice the size of the other people. Yeah. What the flip? Out of all the things I thought were gonna happen, Crocodile saving Ace was not one. I mean, to be fair, he did say he just doesn't want them to win. You got Captain Hook versus Doflamingo. You know, Luffy can handle these guys. It's the admirals that are the biggest issue. Somebody needs to occupy them, like Whitebeard. You gotta get like some of the strongest commanders to do something with them. And Luffy's pretty weak. Like, weakened is what I meant to say. because he's been going non-stop. He's been basically drugged multiple times. He's not even like 100%. Iron body? That's not good. That guy is strong, man. It went down easier than I thought. Okay, careful, man. Interesting. I have a feeling Aokiji just saved Luffy's life right there. I don't know what Akainu was gonna do. Why are you lying? He's not actually gonna kill him. I was confused for a second there. Okay. Yeah, I kind of put Marco at around like Admiral level strength. I don't know if that's fair to say, but I would assume he's like basically on par with the Admirals, and Whitebeard is probably a little stronger than the Admirals even in this weakened state. I say the Admirals, I mean like one of them. I feel like if a couple of them took on Whitebeard, they would beat him. Mr. 3, what the flip are you doing here? Okay, what are you up to, Mr. 3? Like, obviously there's some sort of important reason why you're here. Those are the executioners. Yeah, Oars being alive is something where I'm like, I get a little frustrated with the fake out deaths. I understand, like, you're gonna have a certain level of plot armor for characters. What I don't appreciate, though, is especially when you kind of like cheat the audience by like, oh, here's another character death, like feel sad, and then the character's not actually dead, because I'm like, I just don't like that kind of thing. Either like don't have them have a death scene, or actually kill them. Like, I don't like this whole like, oh yeah, they died, everyone feels sad. Like everyone on that battlefield thought Oars was dead. Whitebeard, Ace, everyone. It seemed like, oh okay, like this is pretty symbolic. The first major death right in front of Ace's face. And also he's like a side character. Like I understand like our main characters aren't going to like die. You know, our main crew, because you know, they're the main characters, but side characters like this? To be fair, this is the Luffy effect. I mean, like, once you see a guy crazy enough to rush into battle like that, it gives you pretty high morale. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. This doesn't feel right, though. I understand. They have the advantage, why not use it? What the flip is Whitebeard up to? Like, seriously, I get it. Like, he can't just be constantly going all out. One, because he's weakened, but two, because it just wouldn't be, like, fair. Or not even fair, but it's just hard to, like, actually have anyone else fight if Whitebeard is fighting. Because he's just so insanely strong. But sometimes it is a little frustrating how it is kind of like a, it's your turn, it's my turn, it's your turn, it's my turn. The flip is going on now. Another ship. This for the escape? Anyone important coming on this? Like, extremely important? Okay, well, that will get those guys a platform, so that's nice. How many of these ships does he have? Like, I mean, I don't even want to get into, like, all the logistics, but it is kind of funny to think about, like, Whitebeard probably is fairly wealthy, and he probably has a ton of resources. Well, this is, like, the opportune time. And they're all going to end up on the ship. Or most of them, at least. Looks like they don't have much of a choice. This is like, what is that called? Speaking of fish in a barrel, this is like the monkeys in a barrel thing. Yeah, Whitebeard is, he's still got a few tricks up his sleeve. They have, not given up yet. Yeah, it's true. He never said it was the last of the ships. Even if he did, he could have been lying. Okay, I was expecting a little bit more out of Sengoku. What? No, like, do something. Think fast. It's like the guy who's commanding the whole battlefield and it's just like, hey, here's some important information. What? I have a feeling, though, if Oars didn't die after all that, he's not dying. Yeah, having a monstrous giant like Oars on your side is so incredibly valuable. Now, the playing field seems a little bit more leveled because an episode ago, it was like, you guys were done for. I love how happy Garp was with that. Like, okay, I respect that. To be fair, I was a little surprised Garp was like fully resigned to, yeah, I'm gonna let Ace die, but I guess it shouldn't have been a surprise. Is any of this being broadcast still? That's not gonna kill him. It probably just knocked him out. That is not a death scene. Even if it was, with One Piece's track record with fake out deaths, it's like, yeah, he's not dead. Whitebeard's also not reacting like that's a death. He's kind of like, okay, I got it. You did your part, Ors. Or Little Ors Jr. Okay, Whitebeard. Now you got like a really pissed off Whitebeard too. Whitebeard is like legitimately the perfect representation of how, well, one, a father should be, but also like even a pirate. He almost has no faults. The only fault I could really think of is he doesn't actually have a beard. But like seriously, I kept looking for things like, okay, maybe this or this, and it's like, no, he is just like the ideal version of what a father should be when you really think about it. Okay, he's about to cook. I do feel a lot more connected with Whitebeard. Like, he's the character I've connected with the most, you know, outside of Luffy, in all of Marineford. He's gonna slice something. His powers are like so insane. Like, the fact that it's shattered that much is like, usually it just cracks. Okay, the admirals just, they're still kind of aura farming. They gotta be like, okay, not a big deal. Okay, the commanders. What happened to Luffy? Okay. Now it feels like we got like a fair battle. I say fair, like the Marines probably still have a slight advantage, but it feels as close as it's ever felt. Yeah. Does that mean, I swear though, Garp can't actually get involved. That man, like, you can't let him get involved. I have a feeling Whitebeard in this state against that version of Garp would actually lose. And I swear, it's not me slandering Whitebeard. It's just like, I just have so much faith in Garp. Things are definitely looking up for the Whitebeard side. I was not expecting Crocodile to save Ace. Like, that was not on the bingo card. He said that he just didn't want the Navy to win, and I kind of get that. I know that there's even this idea, or not this idea, but, you know, like people told me about the theory that Crocodile is Luffy's mom, which immediately I was like, what? I mean, I guess it's possible. Maybe there's a possibility, if this like theory has any merit, Crocodile didn't know Luffy was Dragon's son. And now that Crocodile knows, it's like, I've got to help out my son more. I don't know. I don't even know if I want to get into that right now. Just Crocodile like stepping up out of the blue does make me think like maybe there's a little something to that. Either way though, Whitebeard, and you know what, to be honest, I am like currently making a video with like Whitebeard, a more serious video talking about Whitebeard, because Whitebeard to me has just been such a great character, so many great moments. That moment where he forgave Squard is like one of my favorite moments in One Piece, but regardless, yeah, I guess on to the next. Yeah, I haven't seen Ivankov in what feels like a while. I guess it hasn't been that long. Yeah, you fall in. This is a fast way to die. I still can't believe Whitebeard couldn't break those walls. No. Okay, you are thinking some dark thoughts. It makes sense why you would think that though. But the admirals, to be fair, once he like came over, were like, we're not going to do anything like too serious to him. He's just walking around. What the flip are we doing here? Ors is fine. I say he's fine. Meanwhile, he was amputated and is all bloody and beaten. But, you know, he's alive. Okay. What actually happened? What, is he just going to break out of the ice? Because that's not going to hold him. You see, you jinxed it. Yeah, Aokiji knows that that's not going to stop him. Like, this backfired, because he could still get his attack off, that's the issue. What? He was stabbed with Haki? What? Like, I would expect Whitebeard to, like, have almost all of his attacks with Haki. How the flip is he alive? Or not alive? Okay. I'm a little surprised. Okay, so Jozu takes on Aokiji. Kizaru is Marco. I mean, I guess Akainu is the strongest of the admirals, at least pretty sure. Either way, Whitebeard takes on Akainu. Yeah, Luffy's not in a good state. Look at him. You just look at his eyes, man. Oh, Garp. He's looking at his grandson. Okay, I love the way he looks at It's like, don't do anything, okay? Don't do anything stupid. Like, he's kind of looking at him like, I don't know how much I trust this guy. I honestly was expecting a little bit more from Kobe. Like, just a little bit. How crazy would it be? Oh, you gotta be careful. Momonga is probably a little too strong for you, Luffy. Who's gonna step in to save him? Okay, Garp is getting closer and closer to doing something. Can somebody help my boy? You can only do this so many times. Your body will never properly recover from this. Yeah, okay, the Vice Admirals, especially in his weakened state, it's not really fair. I do think he could put up a challenge to some of the Vice Admirals at full strength. We gotta, like, do something. Like, cause right now, this man, okay, what the flip, Kizaru? Don't you have better things to worry about? Okay, you best be careful. If this man goes nuclear, everyone here is screwed. Look at the way he's just looking at him. It's true. Is any of this being broadcast? You don't have to do anything, but you might be like, hey, Kizaru, do anything worse to my grandson. You probably won't like what happens. You see, he's so smug looking down on him. Well, obviously not. Kizaru really looks good when he has, like, the shades light up. Seriously though, what the flip? He needs, like, more hormones, doesn't he? What the, you can't, you just, there's something feels so disrespectful about that. Like, Luffy's fine. He could have killed him. What? You watch your freaking mouth, okay? Kizaru, you are walking a thin line. What the flip did he call Luffy? I won't stand for that. Okay. Is it like the really big head again? What? I just can't take this seriously. That is horrifying. Look at the way he's still holding him. Like a fish, he's holding a fish. It's a good point. He did more than enough. But he's not done. Like, Luffy, you can't rush in that state, definitely. But even, like, hearing that will definitely inspire the morale here even more. What was that, though? Was that Akainu? What the flip did I see? Okay, that is a shot right there, though. Okay, that's honestly pretty cool. I swear, Akainu is just scarier than the others, and I love it. The other admirals. Like, this man means business. Like, I don't know, just something about, like, the aura he gives off and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, he would terrify me way more than the other admirals. Dude, that is actually crazy. He is holding up shockingly well. I know it's like a weakened Whitebeard, I know that. But still. These two cannot fight anywhere near anyone else. Mihawk, what the flip happened to you? Where have you been? She's just attacking everyone and anyone. Freaking Moria, man. Shut the flip up. Garp is really the X factor. Okay, what is he going to do? Do none of you guys know how to infuse, like, hockey into your attacks? I am so utterly confused. There's two exceptionally powerful people up there. You're not getting to him. Whitebeard, you can't take your eyes off of the battlefield. It is Garp. Okay, what? Even he was shocked. They're all kind of shocked. I mean, he just one-shot Marco. I said one shot. He knocked him all the way back like that, and he looks pretty roughed up too. But you know what that tells me? He's not gonna let anyone by, except maybe a familiar face, perhaps. Maybe he would let, just the way he said Garp, like, this guy again. Yeah, he's not letting anyone by. Which is where Luffy comes in, because he's like the only chance you have of getting anyone by. Like, Garp showed he was going to let Ace die. The only thing that like nearly got Garp to like actually go wild was Luffy almost dying. Luffy is the key, obviously. It makes sense, but all of this makes sense. Garp has like stated, okay, you gotta get by me. And who's the only one that can get by him? For like, you know, not strength reasons, just because he's his grandpa and he has a soft spot for his grandson. Luffy needs something. He needs drugs, because again, if he doesn't get into the battle again, I don't think you have a chance of getting by Garp. Everyone is kind of occupied right now. Like, Whitebeard is occupied with Akainu. I don't know if I was expecting Akainu to hold up that well. I mean, he hasn't like fought him that long, but that was such a cool moment when he stopped Whitebeard's attack. Like, I don't know, that does kind of feel more like a definitive, like, okay, he is the strongest of the admirals. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyway, though, the biggest thing that happened in this episode was definitely Garp. Luffy, you gotta get back into action, which I think is where Ivankov comes in. Even though this man has all the willpower still left in the world, his body is like, I just can't. I can't anymore. But what I will say, though, is I loved that moment with Luffy where he was just like, you're my only brother. I can't let you die. On to the next. Okay. It's honestly a pretty cool shot. Yeah, that is horrible for morale. Because now you're like, do we even have a chance? They keep bringing up Shiki the Golden Lion more. I know people said I needed to watch like the Strong World movie because he's like a big part of it. Oh man, and Sengoku too. Sengoku with the fro. You do need to be worried about names like with Buggy. That's a good point. I was even saying that. That's not good. I mean, technically you destroyed it, or he destroyed it with your power. Yeah, some of the Marines I feel like went MIA. Like, what happened to Smoker? Where's the actual Kuma, though? That went shockingly well. This man is sleeping. He needs drugs. I mean, it's not going to be good for his long-term health, but he's like, we're past that point. Also, Luffy's not going to live long regardless. He's probably fated to have like the same short-ish lifespan of the King of the Pirates. What is it? Has he changed his mind? Is he like, I actually want to live? Or not even want to live, like, I don't want to die, I want to be saved? Maybe he's just like, it's about Luffy. No, the One Piece is real, and it's the friends we made along the way. That guy is so tall. What the flip? Look, it's one thing for Ace to, like, not have a good relationship with his father. It's another thing for you to badmouth him. He's gonna beat these people, isn't he? I think a child Ace could beat them. I mean, I've seen the stuff Luffy's done. Okay. I mean, it's also possible he just gets a beating here. No, okay, he's going right in. Okay. Something about seeing that just little Ace run in. This is the Dawn. He thought they were dead. Okay, very funny. Is he gonna start fighting these guys as well? You gotta be careful though, because there will come a point where it's just someone you can't beat. Just the way he looked at him was kind of, okay, that's not a good idea. Garp laughing. Garp could tell him if he really wanted to know, but would Garp tell him? Arguably the person that would know him the best is, well, other than outside of his crew, is Garp. Does he look happy? Luffy's fine. I love that he always calls him old man. I do wonder if there will be a point where he actually calls him grandpa or something like that, like Garp wanted him to. That I deserve to be born. That is such a crazy thing to say. I get it. He just wants to know, was it worth it? And imagine that. He's seeing like all of this go down and he feels entirely responsible. He's gonna ask for the hormones. I mean, I have to assume Ivankov is going to give him the hormones, but that's the thing, is that it's not going to be good for him, especially long term. Sometimes I wish I could know a little bit more about what Sengoku actually thinks about all this. I doubt he would say it. Again, the issue is nobody is getting by Garp. I almost want Sengoku to say something. I'm so happy. Okay, that actually is nice. I get it. Because now he got the answer he was looking for. Because now he's probably having like that Robin moment where he's like, you know what, forget dying. Like, I don't accept my death. I want to live. Obviously, I think Robin is the closest example of that, where it's just a character that didn't really know if they belonged in this world, demon child and all sorts of stuff. He's like the son of the world's worst criminal in history, and he just kind of wanted to know, like, do I deserve to live? It's very reminiscent of Robin. And I feel like he's kind of gotten his answer. Like, are we going to have another, like, I want to live, like, someone save me? Maybe. Buggy is still going to be helpful. Like, he's going to do something helpful. What is he going to do, though? That's the question. They still have the transponder snail. Somebody want to tell me how he survived that? How? The man has a devil fruit. What the flip? I know he's struggling. He was like completely submerged. Okay, anyway. Did they not know he has a devil fruit? Like, what are you, stupid? Okay, they saved him. Can't count out it's blue-haired Buggy, man. Yeah, Mr. 3 looked at the executioners. Like, it was a subtle thing, but something tells me he'll become very important very soon. Yeah, no, they definitely can't. I mean, they stopped Whitebeard temporarily. They can't stop you with this wall. It will come to you. Just act, and what will happen will happen. Obviously, that applies with everyone, but in your case, it will actually work out. Yeah, the man was like... He grabbed his heart. The man's clinging to life. Careful! You see, you gotta be careful. You are in an active war zone. At least he can heal himself. Okay, this went horribly wrong. I'll give you credit. You are really cool. Jesus. That's not good. It'll take a lot to take him down, but like, that's not good. Yeah, but there's such a thing as personal pride. It's not the best that they could do, and I will not have such insolence spoken. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How crazy would it be, though, if he actually becomes like a true monster? Like, actually scary. In a good way. Because right now, he's not scaring anyone other than himself. It is not over. The man has not had a single positive contribution to the war, and he feels personal pride. Yeah, obviously it's insane. There's nothing sane about this guy. Do you remember how you found him? He'll live, but it won't be good for his long-term health, that's for sure. Is Ivankov gonna see Dragon again in him and be like, I gotta do it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need someone. Luffy taking the attention of a bunch of the heavy hitters. Like, he may have been getting beaten up, but he was helping buy time for all the others. Jesus, okay, don't say such things like that, okay? The way he just looks so smug down at everyone. Don't get me wrong, I like Kizaru, but he just has like such a condescending look, like it's just towering over people. Mr. 3 again? Okay, so what, is Mr. 3 gonna pose as one of the executioners? It's actually insanely helpful. It's Mr. 3, isn't it? Yeah, obviously it's Mr. 3. I don't know why he thought that that was a good idea, but thank you, Mr. 3. And that's the thing, is Mr. 3, like, he can make keys for any sort of cuffs, can't he? So he doesn't even need the key Luffy has. He's back! He's gonna let out this scream. You see, the music kicking in is perfect. He stopped. He's just what they need, though. But, like, he is gonna turn the tides of war. It was also just enough to inspire Kobe as well. I kind of wish it didn't inspire him to go, probably after Luffy. He's honestly truly terrifying. Like, if I saw that guy get back up again, I'm like, what will it take to actually stop him? How much can he actually take? I don't think anyone can rival his willpower, not a single person. Because he's not the strongest, he's not the smartest, he's not really anything other than the most determined. I mean, he's the craziest, so that also helps. But yeah, Luffy's back. I am honestly excited to see where this is gonna go. Getting to see more of that Ace backstory was great. Because even that moment where he's bawling his eyes out, I think, like he said, he was like happy. Because I think he realized, like, okay, my life did have meaning. I finally got the answer I was looking for my entire life. I do wonder if he'll have his, like, someone save me, I want to live moment. I feel like maybe it would be a little too on the nose, though, if it was, like, that similar to Robin's. But anyway, though. What is it? Is he talking about the executioners? That is definitely Mr. 3, isn't it? I mean, they're not going to show us, like, that close, but that's Mr. 3. Like, we all know that's Mr. 3. Okay, Luffy is serious. You see, Ivankov, you're always saying stuff like this, or not even always saying stuff like this, but everyone is always saying, like, hey, Luffy, you can't do something, and then he does it. But I get where Ivankov is coming from. But do not doubt my boy. But what is he gonna say? What? I won't fall again? No, okay, it's not foolhardy though, because he means it. Okay, who even knows? But I have faith in my boy. Look at them. Yeah, I was looking at them. One of them is clearly Mr. 3. The flip is Mr. 3 going to do, though? He's not actually going to kill Ace. I swear, if he actually does kill Ace, that took a turn. Okay, that would be scary. That guy has the right idea. It's like that fighter that you keep thinking is like, okay, he's down for the count. No, he's getting back up. Look at this, man. Okay, he's running faster. But again, it takes him so long to run nowhere. He's not even stopping. Okay, this feels wrong. Not a fan of this. Hot take, not a fan. Okay. I will say, and I have to imagine, well, I don't know how much, like, the common marine knows out here, but I have to imagine if they knew, like, Garp is Luffy's grandpa, in the back of their heads, they're like, well, we can't, like, do anything too bad to him because then we're dead. You would think that that's in the back of their heads. He is just abusing these people. Well, don't tell him that. He will beat you all. As long as there's no, like, really strong vice admirals, or definitely not admirals, he could probably beat everyone here. What the flip is Mr. 3 going to do? That's the question. Yeah, I keep forgetting. Like, I kept mixing up, like, a devil fruit ability and just those abilities, but that's the thing with One Piece, is a lot of the stuff I see, especially like, you know, the ramen Kempo guy on the Water 7 train? Like, I genuinely thought he had a devil fruit, but no, he doesn't. Miss Golden Week, back in Little Garden, that was not a devil fruit. Sometimes it's difficult to understand what's a devil fruit and what's not. Who the flip is this? Kobe. So this man is about to stop being just the little whiny scaredy cat he's been this entire battle. And of course, he just has to, like, what, confront my boy Luffy? Like, he could have been doing something earlier. Why do you always have to go up against Luffy? It's almost kind of frustrating, because it's like, I like you, Kobe. But, like, what? Side note, this was a hilarious scene. The funniest thing was after Kobe told Luffy, like, his sob backstory, he's like, man, like, I went out to sea one day just by accident, and Luffy was like, you're kind of stupid, you know that? Like, he just said it to his face. I love that he, like, comes across as wildly dangerous pirate, and he's like, yeah, my dream is to, like, take down bad guys. Like, Luffy could have easily been like, shut the flip up. But why do you have to confront Luffy? I get it, but, like, still. To be fair, Kobe does look like a different version of himself. What the flip did he just do? Like, was that some sort of ability? Or not ability, but like a move? Then again, Kobe knows stuff like shave and things like that. Yeah. Okay, no, that is not the way. That was a lot of lead up for absolutely nothing. Sorry, but that's where it went. Like, okay. I mean, you know what, to be fair, I guess this is best of both worlds. Because on the one hand, he didn't stop Luffy, didn't even slow him down. Like, if anything, he gave Luffy's fist just a bit of a workout, but that's all. On the other hand, though, I guess Kobe got to prove, like, hey, like, I could actually do some stuff. You know what I mean? Either way, I don't know why I just started hating on Kobe. I don't even hate Kobe like that. I want Kobe to become a monster, like a Kainu. Okay, maybe not, like, as bad as a Kainu with, you know, executing prisoners without any sort of, not even prisoners, Marines without any sort of trial. I guess good work from Kobe, except, you know, getting absolutely destroyed. This was honestly such a shameful thing you did. The man shared his dream and then immediately started cowering. Yeah. Because the man is insane, that's why. Look at Zoro. Luffy has an effect on everyone to a certain extent. Now, oftentimes that effect is simply, you know, physical pain that he inflicts on his foes. But even so, you look at Kobe, first person he came across, he's like, hey, I'm going to help you achieve your dreams with anything I can. Like, he kind of gives people the freedom to chase their own dreams. Buggy, like, when you think about it, Buggy was Luffy's adversary, but he also kind of inspired Buggy to be like, hey, I'm going to chase that guy through the Grand Line. And it you know, has helped out Buggy immensely. Yeah, this was a beatdown. That was not even close. Okay, wow. No, he's out for the count. You do, but considering how weak you were to start the series, your growth is still phenomenal. I was like, I must have been, what the flip? Whenever those lasers go, I'm like, is it Kizaru or is it one of the Pacifista? I never know immediately, but Kuma imposters. We got a plan? This is not a good plan. Boa. It's not gonna fire though, because she's technically on their side. He called her by her name. Somebody who inflicts that much pain and suffering like a Pacifista, having just such a soothing voice, is almost kind of trippy, because it's like, you are wildly dangerous and freak me out. Even Sengoku didn't want to show, like, the rest of the world, like he said, hey, stop the transponder. We don't want to show them what the Pacifista are going to do, because that would be horrifying. If I'm a citizen of the One Piece world, that's all I'm saying is, I don't love the idea of this. Boa Hancock really came in helpful. That is a long story. Oh, she looks so pissed. I love that look though. That's the Boa Hancock. She's honestly even more attractive when she looks pissed like that. That's a good point. Okay. Her powers are so strong. They just are. Okay, speaking of strong powers, I mean, you got like two of the heaviest hitters here. Magma Brat. He loves calling people brat and squirt and all sorts of things, doesn't he? Can't you? Okay, you are in a rough place. Yeah, do not turn your back on this guy. Okay, I was wondering why he wasn't doing the flames before. Yeah, this guy's... What the flip? This has taken horrible turn after horrible turn. I would have thought Marco could have overpowered him. I don't know, like he's just so distracted by Whitebeard. Leave Whitebeard, just focus on what you have in front of you. Kizaru, but like, you turned your back on him. That is not a good idea. What the flip? What the flip? It looks painful. The man really rubbing it in. Yeah, the admirals are cleaning up shop. I was worried he was gonna crack. Do we want to call it plot armor? I don't know. Yeah, this is where we need Luffy to spring into action and do whatever he has to do. Like, I don't know what he has to do, but it's got to be something good because, again... Okay, what? Beat Whitebeard? The one positive is that they took their eyes off Luffy. Man just has like a massive hole in his chest. Like, how many people stabbed him? Okay, what? And he took that to the head, too. He's just surrounded on all sides. Like, the fact that he hasn't gone down yet is insane. Where are the Whitebeard pirates? I get it, though. They showed us. They were just, like, completely surrounded. I don't know. Like, an episode ago, it looked like things were slightly better. I even forgot briefly about how Akainu basically, like, punched a hole in him and burnt up his insides. No, he's not done. He best not be done. If he's done, we're all done. But again, you can't even see his head right now. Like, he took a direct headshot with a cannon, right? Or whatever we want to call that. The music is kicking in. Okay, I love the way that the smoke looks. He's like the Undertaker, man. He just doesn't stop. I'm Whitebeard. Yeah, I'm using your power like crazy. And like, that wasn't his power, that was just pure strength, right? I think, I don't even know. Probably. Yeah, I mean, I guess I would see like some sort of cracking if it was his power. Okay, I did not expect him to like fly that high. Either way, like, look at this man. He's got a hole in his freaking chest, speaking of which. That is actually a crazy shot. It looks like stars in the sky. That is wild. You know, he is a monster. Yeah, he does look like he's on his last legs. They don't want to rush in. We saw what he just did. Small wounds. Got a massive hole in his chest. This kind of reminds me of Monty Python, like when he cut the guy's arm off and he's like, "'Tis but a scratch." Look at Garp. And like, something I was saying though is, I think that would be the most demoralizing part, is if you're on the Whitebeard side, you're probably thinking like, Whitebeard is on his last legs. And even if we manage to get past the admirals, you still have Garp sitting up there protecting the platform. And even if you can get past the admirals and then Garp, you still got Sengoku up on the platform. And then even if you can do all that, then you still have to escape. Again, this is where like Luffy comes in. Regardless though, that would be so demoralizing. I do think Whitebeard isn't long for this world. Like, they kind of set up, okay, you know, it's the end of his era. How is he so surrounded though? Like, where are like I know Marco is struggling, and I know Jinbei, but like, where's the other commanders? Okay, Jinbei. Okay, so they're starting to turn it around. Like, I thought he had more numbers on his side than this. Okay, they are here. I don't know where, like, half of them were before. His glory? Forget about his glory. I mean, his life, but forget about his glory. What is he gonna do? I obviously know he's not gonna betray Whitebeard again. I swear if he does, though. I mean, like, you can only be forgiven one time for something that insane. He's got such a massive sword. What is he doing, though? Something to atone, I guess. What the flip is Mr. 3 doing? How? You have been running. He's been running for forever and has gotten nowhere. I feel like this is just a pacing thing with the anime in particular. How far does he have to run? He's run like what, 100 kilometers and has gone like half a kilometer at best. Okay, but he's like... Okay, so he's too weak to stop it. Like, can Crocodile come up big again? Where did Crocodile go? No, I guess it's gonna be a Luffy. I have a feeling he's going to do Spirit of the Conqueror again. Okay, come on, Luffy. Come on, come on, come on, come on. He's gonna... Okay, I thought he was gonna do it there. Is it not Mr. 3? I thought it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Okay, no, he is. He is. He is. He is. Okay. You see, that's the look I've been waiting for. That's the look of pure terror I have been waiting for. Okay. And he's knocking out, like, everyone. How many people could stay up? I guess Vice Admiral and up. Look at that. That's... Thank you. That's the look I've been wanting to see from Sengoku, where he realizes, okay, that little squirt is the biggest threat. Like, sure, Whitebeard might have been, but he is, you know, on his last legs. Ace might be like the son of the king of the pirates, but that guy. I'm just saying, though, I'm glad when people finally realize just how awesome Luffy actually is. Even with the Spirit of the Conqueror, I wonder just how many people have this. I hope it's not, like, a lot. I guess because you could just summon a bunch of Haki, that's really what it is. I hope only a couple can do it even close to the level of Luffy. I don't want you to give that out like candy. Okay, how many people did he knock out? It looks like everyone, but obviously it's not everyone. It's like 90% of the people he knocked out. Yeah. Conqueror's Haki, or yeah. Even the admirals. Kizaru, man. Kizaru's the best. Okay, Akainu knows what's up. He's like, okay, he's a problem. Okay, I don't appreciate you calling him Brat, but he means it endearingly. At least he better. Is it the end of the episode? Talk about just a wild scene. Pretty sure one of the executioners is Mr. 3. It looked like he was just about to execute Ace. What the flip are we doing, Mr. 3? Whitebeard is really struggling. He's got all sorts of wounds, a hole in his chest. Getting to see Luffy do what Luffy does is just phenomenal. If Luffy hadn't announced just how like goated he is to everyone here, now they know. They better know. Like, you've seen the stuff he's done. It's not even like the physical feats being like that great. It's just the fact that he's just non-stop. He can rally people to his side. Like, Mihawk said it the best. In fact, Mihawk has an ability to scout talent, which I know people were saying, like, you know, there's something in the One Piece community where it's like, oh, Mihawk is kind of a fraud and things like that. Kind of jokingly. He saw Luffy and Zoro back at the Baratier and he's like, okay, fascinating. But then even here, Mihawk was like, that guy Luffy might have the greatest ability in all the seas to rally people to his side. So Mihawk really took his threat seriously. But even when I look at like some of the others, it's like they didn't take him that seriously. The admirals kind of were like, I don't want to say like playing around with him, but they weren't taking him nearly as seriously as they probably should have been. Like Kizaru could have killed him multiple times. And they looked stunned when he used the Conqueror's Hockey, like, okay, I wasn't expecting that. Like, Kizaru was like, that is surprising. I'm sure in the back of his mind, he's like, I might have messed up not killing him, like, when I had the chance. Either way, some of that is just plot armor, obviously. He's the main character, he's not gonna die. At least, not yet. Maybe at the very end of the series, because his journey would be done. And I have a feeling, you know, this is the kind of thing where it rhymes. Certain parts and certain aspects of the story of One Piece do kind of share a lot of story beats. Like, Enies Lobby, really like Water 7 and Enies Lobby shared a lot of story beats with the end of the Baratier with Nami leaving and Arlong Park, you know, feeling like she wanted to just handle the situation on her own, leaving the crew, and then finally like, hey, I want help, asking for help. Like with Marineford, I'm kind of looking at this and it feels like, okay, it's ushering out the old generation and ushering in like the new generation. Even like an early preview of a final conflict, like, okay, this is the conflict of the old generation, but way down the line, like Luffy will probably be more in Whitebeard's situation where he's leading forces into war against whether it be the world government, some other adversary or something like that. I kind of have a feeling like, you know, this is Luffy as a rookie, but he's gonna have his own massive war at some point. Enough rambling, on to the next. Even Ace is shocked. I wonder what Luffy's thinking. Okay, what the flip is that look from Whitebeard? Again, this is even where, like, when I watch the anime, I always take things with, like, a tiny grain of salt, because then like, once I look at the manga, I tend to go more rampant with my theorizing and speculation. It's actually why I, like, kind of put a pause on reading through the manga, because I was going a little too crazy with all the theories I was making and things like that. I don't know, like, how close this is to, like, the actual manga panel to read into it, but if it is, like, I want to know what this man is thinking. I want to know what Whitebeard is thinking, because, like, that look, even in those eyes, like, says a lot. He might be like, okay, that man might have the ability to conquer the seas. Or maybe he's like, okay, he reminds me of Roger. He reminds me of my younger self. He reminds me of that brat Shanks even more. Pops. Okay, so he said Pops and red-haired. He didn't say like anyone else. Not to say other people don't have it. Yeah, he's not wrong. What is it, Mihawk? What is Mihawk gonna say? Anyway, it doesn't really matter. He uses it too? And I guess the main question is, who has it now? Whitebeard and Shanks, that is obvious. I guess the other Emperors of the Sea. I guess some of the high-ranking Marines. I guess if it's just strength, I imagine Sengoku has it, Garp has it. Nobody ever mentions Garp. I guess that is really tight-lipped, even amongst the Vice Admirals. I don't know. Like, yeah, imagine what Luffy's thinking. He's like, why did everyone just start passing out? Blood will tell. I don't know how I feel about that, though, because on the one hand, I love the fact that Luffy has these close ties to the leader of the Revolutionary Army, and Garp, the hero of the Marines. I do wonder at the same time, like, does it make him less special? Or like his journey less special if he's tied to all these strong people? And it's like, oh, well, obviously he was going to be great. Look at who his father was. Look at who his grandfather was. Whereas if he was just a nobody from nowhere, it would be a little different. Like, okay, he literally just came from nowhere. I can kind of appreciate both sides. I don't really know, like, which one I like more. He is just gonna keep running forever. It's one of those funny things where when people are like, we need to kill Straw Hat Luffy, I'm like, you have the right idea. Obviously, I don't want them to. Okay, so Whitebeard isn't down for the count. Look at Whitebeard. That coat is just fabulous. I guess I'm warming up with his laugh a little bit more. Okay, I see what he's doing. He's like, hey, Like, he's trying to get all the attention on him because obviously he doesn't want them to, like, team up on Luffy. He doesn't want them to take down Luffy. Yeah, Whitebeard is taking on their attention. I'm actually a little surprised Jinbei isn't with, I know he's very close with Whitebeard, but he's been protecting Luffy this entire time. I'm surprised he's not with Luffy and Ivankov right now. Jinbei and Ivankov have been two of the MVPs of this whole arc. Even the last one, if you think about it. I mean, just how many times they saved Luffy. The admirals don't really seem like they are trying too hard. You look around the battlefield, everyone is battered and bruised. And the admirals just seem, for the most part, like, whatever. But they don't seem like they've really taken on any physical damage, for the most part. Back Luffy up? Interesting. He's really, like, putting everything behind Luffy, isn't he? That is a massive step up from what he told Marco. He was like, Marco, like, make sure that kid stays alive. To, like, hey, my commanders and everyone. He is the key. Like, we gotta back him up. And also, Whitebeard kind of understands. Well, I have to assume he understands, like, I'm not really gonna make it out of this. Like, look at me. I've got so many stab wounds and gunshot wounds and a massive hole in my chest and a stab wound likely through my heart, not to mention my illness and things like that. I have a feeling like this is the last stand. Okay, fascinating. You see, Kizaru, like, why do you have to do these things? Careful. Okay. Momonga is really strong. That's for sure. Look at this frickin' monkey. Is he actually like part, like, I don't know, is he wearing like part of a costume, or is he actually like half Dalmatian, or does he become part Dalmatian with his devil fruit? I don't, who even knows? Yeah. Things are a lot easier when you've got all these commanders backing you up. I don't know, just seeing them all running like they're running a marathon was kind of funny. I will say it is a little frustrating how long he's been running and how it feels like he's getting nowhere. It's almost agonizing. I would almost prefer if you don't show him over just showing him running. Yeah. I love the fact that he's like, I still don't really care about anything to do with Whitebeard. I only came here for Ace. Like, okay, Whitebeard is testing me. He's not testing me. Doesn't matter to him. I love just how single-minded or just focused Luffy is on his goals, which is his brother, saving his family. Regardless, though, that was the big thing. Like, even this arc began with everyone being like, oh, okay, Ace is the natural successor to Roger. And I have a feeling it's going to end with people being like, okay, maybe Luffy is the natural successor to Roger. Like, it's about inherited will, and he inherited his will. Not to mention, like, all the wild things we've seen him do. I swear, I do love the fashion of the Vice Admirals in particular. This is gonna hurt them badly. Okay, see. Especially the fact that he has nobody in the close proximity he has to worry about harming on his own side. Like, now he's actually more free to actually use his devil fruit. Middle initial D. Okay, that is a line. Show me how the world will be in years to come. Man, I love how Whitebeard realized, like, just how special Luffy is. But even the D initial, fascinating. I might have been, like, way off base. I had, like, one of the theories I was kicking around about the D initial was, like, could it all go back to Davy Jones? I don't know. I just feel like Davy Jones would be more important in the story, especially because of when he was introduced in Long Ring Long Land, that name, Davy Jones's locker, like, the sea itself, the entity of the sea itself, Davy Jones kind of represents like this, the will of the sea, you know, like all like the treasures and, you know, like the dead sailors of the world, like Davy claims all and things like that. Okay, maybe it has nothing to do with Davy. How did Mihawk get like in front of you? You ran past him, Daz Bones, though. You ran past him and now he's in front of you again. And Crocodile is even helping out. Yeah, he doesn't stand a chance. And he can definitely cut him, yeah. Crocodile gave the order for Daz Bones to protect Luffy. I'm starting to see, like, maybe there is more and more to this wild theory. Okay, I still don't believe it, but maybe there is more to it that, okay, Crocodile was Luffy's mom. Maybe not. It is fascinating that even a former adversary like Crocodile is like, help out Luffy. He told Daz Bones, his closest confidant, help out Luffy. We need someone. Crocodile, thank you. Okay. Even Crocodile. I don't know, this is like, it's strange. I love it, but it's just like such a change up from Alabasta. Like he's actually putting his life at risk to protect Luffy. Even if it's not like the wacky mom theory, it's still incredible to watch because it's like, okay, he must believe in Luffy to a certain extent. I don't know, but it's like he's a former villain. He doesn't like work under anyone. Yeah, he was fighting Doflamingo. What happened? What happened with your fight with Doflamingo? Yeah, Boa Hancock has been so valuable. The world government, if they actually know like all the stuff she's done here, must be so pissed because they're like, you just have like barely helped us and have only hurt us way more. I mean, Sentomaru is kind of funny, but remember, he's the most tight-lipped person in the world, but he will tell you everything. Sentomaru. Okay, he's finally getting close, at least. He's only been running for like, I don't know. The man's been running an entire marathon and has gone like half a kilometer. Buggy. You know he has something up his sleeve. Like he's still going to do something which will inevitably help out Luffy. Okay, easier said than done. That's unlucky. What did you expect? Oh my goodness, I feel so bad for this transponder snail. What the flip? Okay, that backfired bad. Yeah, I'm sure it's them and not the clown. I just know Buggy is going to do something that will be so helpful. I just don't know what and when. You gotta be careful with the monkeys, I swear. Those two really remind me of the Cat brothers back in the Syrup Village. Okay. You probably needed an admiral to take him out. Like, you don't even stand a chance if you don't have, like, admirals fighting that guy. Jinbei stayed back, though. Okay. That's fair. I still would have liked Jinbei by Luffy's side, because he's been by his side this entire time. This man is just running like crazy. I mean, he can finally, like, rest for the most part. You know, he's still doing some fighting, but it's a lot less than he was doing before, where everyone was being thrown at this man. Yeah, they cleared the path. What, is he gonna, like, slingshot himself up? Mm-hmm. Okay, I was so confused for a second there. I was like, what is going on? This is such a fun power. Like, I don't know, there's just like, it's one of those satisfying things to watch, like cutting through anything, especially stuff that's not supposed to cut like this. And then the path will what, just go right up to the scaffold? He's not moving. Honestly, looking pretty good. That is steep as hell. That is like a 45-degree angle. That would not be fun to run. He's just like running. Where are the admirals though? It's always a little disconcerting when we haven't seen them in a while. I guess there's always the fear though, because Kizaru can just appear like right next to you in the air. Okay. Yeah, okay, he has people protecting him at least. They do know. You got a path, but you still have Garp and you got Sengoku. As I was saying though, the Garp problem is only something Luffy can solve. Because even at points during this war, it looked like Garp was about to lose it when it looked like Luffy was about to die. Luffy obviously has a special place for Garp, being his grandson. Anyway, fascinating to see what will happen. Will Garp just stay seated? Like, who even knows what's going on? Okay, he finally got there. I was beginning to wonder if he would ever get here, with just how much running he's been doing. I mean, the triumphant music is kicking in. The thing is, you still have two of the most powerful people in the Navy just there. Do we have anything to deal with him? Like anything? Okay, yes, we do. Whitebeard's a big guy. He still snuck up on him. Yeah, and Kizaru had the gall to be like, hey Marco, don't turn your back on me, and then you go and turn your back on Whitebeard. Granted, he wasn't fighting Whitebeard, but still, look at how happy he is. Okay, but it's almost like too... Okay, I was saying, it was almost like too happy. Something's gonna go wrong. Garp, he does look kind of scary. He's got a soft spot for Luffy, though. Okay, yeah, you say that, but as you said, you have no sympathy for pirates, but your family is a different story. You know Garp isn't actually gonna stop him. Is it like the end of the episode? Like, what's going on? Is it the end of the episode? It might be. Okay, like, I know Garp isn't gonna stop him. Don't get me wrong, I know Garp could stop him so incredibly easily because he's Garp. Is he, like, just testing him to, like, see his resolve? Is he, like, not sure what he's gonna do? I just know, like, Luffy's gonna get by him, but I guess my question is how? My thing is more from the Garp angle. Why is he gonna let Luffy buy him? Is he gonna let him buy him because he's like, okay, I wanted to test you, I wanted to see your resolve? Or is it going to be because he's like, I had the intention of stopping him, but I couldn't bring myself to do it because he's my family? You know, why would you go all out? Like, you know, Garp could just absolutely destroy Luffy here, but then that would mean Luffy probably dies, Ace dies, and it's like, there goes your family. Like, what is the incentive? I get it though. He's the hero of the Marines. Like, his entire life has been devoted to this idea of justice, to stopping the pirates and things like that. But he's also Garp, so he kind of decides what justice is for himself. But anyway, yeah, no, fascinating. I guess the best thing that happened in this episode in particular was Whitebeard really throwing his hopes behind Luffy, and he had that one line. I'm paraphrasing, but it was something like, show me the way the world will look in the future or something like that, because I know Whitebeard knows his time is coming to an end. And he sees like, okay, Luffy, you're going to be like one of the people that can make your mark on this new era going by. Like Doflamingo is someone who's constantly talking about the new era. He was talking about it with Crocodile, saying like, this is an era where power will win out and things like that. Who will shape that era? Because even like a lot of the stuff Doflamingo was saying, like justice prevails or will prevail. What is justice or who decides justice? It's the victor. And justice is such a huge part of this series now that I think about it. The Marines have their own sense of justice. You got like lazy justice, absolute justice. All these different characters have their different ideas of what is just, how they believe the world should look. You know, as this era comes to a close with, I guess, you know, Marineford and the Marineford War, who will shape the next era? Whoever wins out, you know, their form of justice will also win out. One of the biggest highlights to me of this arc, like maybe the number one thing outside of Luffy, has just been Whitebeard in particular. Like, this to me has been the Whitebeard arc. Just kind of seeing like, okay, how much he values his family. Even seeing like how he's kind of over time like learned to, well, one, trust Luffy, but also see like, okay, Luffy is the key. Like, I gotta put my faith in him. And I do wonder, like, even with some of the looks Whitebeard gives Luffy, if there's a little bit of like maybe I thought Ace or like this other person was going to become the king of the pirates, but I think it might be him. I also said I found it fascinating that even with the Roger pirates we've come across for the most part, like they saw their captain in Luffy. Rayleigh saw that. Shanks saw that. I guess Crocus saw that, like to a certain extent. Just fascinating. I guess, yeah, the biggest question now is what is happening with Garp? Should be interesting, yeah. Ooh, okay. I love the way they animated Luffy there. Just the shadowy Luffy. I swear, the running is a little annoying because it's like he keeps running and getting nowhere. Like, it might take him 10 minutes just to run to Garp right there. Like, he's not moving. What is Sengoku thinking? Because, you know, Sengoku is like, you best not do anything, Garp. He's fine, okay? He just got knocked out. His mercy was not killing him, okay? He's fine. Like, the man is just knocked out, and we have, like, this whole sob thing, like, oh, he died and stuff like that. Meanwhile, there are actually people dying. Side note, though, Helmeppo has come a long way. You see, he has not moved. He's not even moving. I'm not wrong, am I? No. If they fight, obviously, like, it just ends in Luffy's defeat. I know that. They're playing with me. They know what they're doing. Okay, to be fair, I know it's like a pacing thing and stuff like that, but like this man is running full speed and going nowhere. Leave it to the hero of the Marines. Jeez, you saw that? They had the jiggle physics. They knew what they were doing. Leave it to the animal. You see, she's not even like remotely trying to hide the fact she's not even on their side. They're gonna do, are they gonna do more jiggling? They are, you see, the animators know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. She's lost her mind. She has lost her mind. I will say though, like, I kind of make fun of Boa Hancock for the fact that she is definitely insane. But with that being said, like, she's hilarious. Hilariously insane, but hilarious. What the flip was that sound? There was like an extra sound there. It might take him like 3 episodes to run to Garp. Who are you lying to, Garp? You're lying to yourself and to Luffy. You know you can't actually stop this guy. What the flip? Is he fighting the monkeys? No, they're beating him up. You can't lose to a bunch of monkeys. He's got a monkey on his shirt. I just love Luffy, man, and like I want to see more of his backstory, especially with Garp and things like that. So beat up the monkeys. Channel your... You can't lose to a bunch of monkeys. These monkeys are taunting you. He's got his straw hat now. You can't lose to... Is it a gorilla? He's still not used to it, though. The voice acting is perfect. Like, Luffy's voice actress is just so good. He's... Wait, what? Oh, he... Not just a pirate. I love it. Leave it to Garp to raise some of the most notorious criminals in history. Like, I'm starting to think if Roger survived and raised Ace, Ace would have become like a great Marine. This seems kind of cruel. I love Luffy and Garp's relationship, though. They're showing us this, though, because Garp has like such a special place in his heart for Luffy. He said it. He's like, I have no sympathy for criminals or pirates, but my family is a different story. He's not going to stop Luffy. I guess you must hate a grandpa like me. Don't say that. Luffy loves his grandpa. Stray from the right path at any price. The thing is, Luffy took the right path. It's just he's his own version of a pirate. Like, obviously, if he became a pirate but was extremely horrible to everyone and anything, that would be very shameful. But he's not. He has his own justice. Okay, so it feels more like a test. No, obviously he's gonna have mercy. I love Garp though. He might be my favorite non-straw hat. Second gear. The thing is, I don't care what kind of moves Luffy pulls out. If Garp is serious, you're not stopping him. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. He can't hurt Luffy. I mean, like, that's basically as good as Garp could give you. He's a hero of the Marines, so it's like he has to put on, like, some kind of a show. He can't actively help you either. This is the best he could do, is basically let you go by. Certainly, like, they would know. Garp basically let him go by. He still called him old man. I wonder if at any point he'll call him grandpa. Sengoku knows he let him go by. What is this man doing? You can't take your eyes off of Whitebeard. He did. Thank you for bringing that up. Like, as much as I kind of like Kizaru, calling him a reckless piece of crap was like, he might have even called him trash at some point, was just inexcusable. Hate him, try and stop him. Calling him names like that is just unacceptable. I know Whitebeard is extremely weakened, but like, Kizaru is holding up so well. He did it. He got to the platform. Be quick. Okay, but you still got freaking Sengoku here. And like I was saying, although I know, and I know every time I bring it up, I say like Luffy has like inspirations with Sun Wukong. People are like it's not the best. Like there's vague inspirations. Even so, Sengoku here being like the Buddha doesn't really bode too well, especially because like the Buddha kind of, you know, humbling Sun Wukong. I'm just saying, I'm worried about Sengoku. Yeah, you still got like one of the most dangerous, deadly people in the Navy, like right there. Like, I do like the fact that he smiled. We cannot like let our guard down. Sengoku is standing right there. I'm surprised that they gave each of the warlords a key. I don't know why they would need one. What is Sengoku doing? He's just watching this? Okay, no, he's doing something. What the flip is he doing? So like, he turned into a Buddha? He's got, wait, what kind of power would this be though? It would be a Zoan, right? Like a mythical Zoan, right? Yeah, this is not good. Even like not get away from me, because like the test with Sun Wukong was like, hey, can you jump outside of the Buddha's hand? And he couldn't. He thought he did, but he couldn't. Luffy. He definitely. I mean, he hit the key. I mean, talk about the aim. I guess consider it fortunate he didn't hit you. I mean, he definitely could have aimed for you. He could have aimed for his head, and then it's like, okay, he's dead. But they got Mr. 3 up there, right? Like, Mr. 3 is one of the executioners, right? Like, I'm pretty sure he is. Like, they hinted at that. That's Mr. 3, isn't it? Okay, and he's getting up. Yeah, it is him. What the flip is he gonna do? I just don't understand, though. Why did you dress up as the executioner, go up there, and then you were about to execute Ace? Like, both of these executioners, before Luffy used the Conqueror's Haki, were swinging their swords down. San. We gotta move fast. Ew, what the flip? Mr. 3 and Luffy are, like, we're relatively close. As close as I guess you could be with a former adversary. Okay. Okay, I thought it would go worse. Oh, look, a little Luffy. Okay, he made the key. Here's brother 3. And yeah, that's the problem here, is the costume. What? You said you had... What are we doing? I guess I'm mostly just kind of confused, though. I'm mostly confused. Why did he, like, go to the lengths of... He was even about to execute Ace. I guess he was like, at this point, like, I'm committed. Like, Luffy would survive the fall. I guess Ace would probably die? Like I'm saying, if he doesn't get out of the cuffs, because he's, like, he would just be a normal human. But I don't know with fall damage with One Piece. It's true, he never did run away. Okay, so he inspired you, and then you decided that you wanted to impersonate one of the executioners. Fascinating. Does that imply that man just suffocated to death? Out of respect for... The thing is, like, when you say late, do you think, like, late as in, like, he's dead? Because he's not dead. Like, come on. Look at little Luffy. Certainly they got it, just in the nick of time. I was not expecting such a massive explosion, though. Ace had to have gotten out, because he would save them, right, with his power. Yes, okay, he did. Unless some other fire user appeared in there. He's got one of the cooler looking devil fruits, at least. Look at how, like, silky that animation is. You got him. What about Mr. 3? Okay, there's Mr. 3. Okay. Look at Boa Hancock. She's not even hiding it anymore whose side she was on. Can we get a Whitebeard reaction shot? Like, look at how much they upped the animation. Is this the end of the episode? It is the end. Okay. It was, you know, to be expected that they would get him out. I guess now you have to escape. Yeah, I mean, escaping is hard. Like, it's easier said than done. Because getting Ace out was obviously, like, the most pressing thing, because if he didn't get out, then he just got executed. Thinking back on it, like, if Luffy didn't go to Impel Down, get all those prisoners, escape, and come here, the Whitebeard side would have just suffered an overwhelmingly crushing defeat. But the fact that Luffy turned up with all those escaped prisoners and they caused all the mayhem that they did, Buggy doing what he did, Luffy doing what he did, has just been phenomenal. Luffy got him out. Like, if you're the Marines and Straw Hat Luffy strolls up here, especially after what he did to Enies Lobby and then Impel Down, and then he comes to, like, the 3rd place, Marineford, you know, he's kind of like completing the trifecta of how do I embarrass the Marines and the world government as much as possible. Which, this would be such an overwhelming embarrassment for the Marines. I don't know how much longer Whitebeard will last, so I guess you could always claim like a little bit of a victory if and when Whitebeard passes on. It's been set up, he's not long for this world. That was a nice scene with Garp where we got to see him, you know, teaching his grandson, and just how much he loves Luffy, and Ace by extension, but especially Luffy. Like, you can tell he has a special place in his heart for Luffy. I do wonder what his relationship is with, like, his son, Dragon. Kid Luffy, I want to see more of that. I really hope he beat up these monkeys, unrelated to, like, the actual plot, but these monkeys were taunting him. Hopefully he beat them up. Not a fan of the animal abuse, but these monkeys had it coming. And just, like, some of these shots, like this shot here, of just Garp carrying his grandson Luffy, I love that. That is just such a great moment. Even like that laugh of Garp. Like, that was even one of the things that I picked up on, is Garp just has Luffy's, like, you know, mischievous smile. When like Garp met them in Water 7, that was like, ooh, something about that like immediately reminded me of Luffy. Garp let him go by. And then Ace just kind of like, he came out of it with his power, and just kind of seeing like, he almost took on like that big brother role immediately. This is such a great shot here. I guess on to the next. Okay. Ace is out. Imagine how shocked you would be. Like, out of everything, if you're a Marine, you thought might happen, Luffy falling from the sky and saving his brother was not one. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm glad someone brought it up. Like, this is not simply a Marineford thing. He's been going non-stop since Impel Down. In One Piece, she said the thing! She said the thing! We'll be married. What the flip? Why did you ruin that? You see, I like the fact that, like, these two kind of cheering him on. It would be hard to keep the morale up. They're fine. They're totally fine. Like, but Ace definitely has like one of the cooler devil fruits. That's a cool shot though. I feel like you could have softened Mr. 3's landing. I mean, like, yeah, but he's also probably weakened because he's been going non-stop and has been drugged. Look at Whitebeard smiling. Really? Yeah, I mean, he would have seen all of it because he had a front row seat to everything. Ace would know Whitebeard definitely helped you. He had like the prime seat. Okay, look at Luffy. I love it when they do that with the eyes. Yeah, you need better scouting reports on this guy. Firing bullets is like the worst possible thing you could do up against these two. Because one, it won't hurt Ace, and two, it definitely won't hurt Luffy. They're fine. They didn't get hurt. I like kind of joke about that, but I genuinely don't want like a bunch of these Marines to die because most of them just seem like, you know, they are just fighting pirates, and a lot of the pirates out there are just horrible people. The fire gun is cool. I do like the team up. Where's Mr. 3? Did they really just leave him behind? I feel like everything is going so well, like we need like a tiny wrinkle. Or we don't need a tiny wrinkle, I just expect a tiny wrinkle. Again, I always get kind of worried when they don't show like some of the most powerful people in a while. Again, like he really does have such a great devil fruit. Like Luffy seems fine, but it's perfect for Luffy. I wouldn't call like one of the cooler ones, it's just like, it's fine. What the flip? He will. Is that Aokiji? Ace versus an Admiral? Can we have someone like a Marco turn up? I don't know how strong Ace is, but Admiral? At least it's Aokiji. And also, I guess Ace would have the natural advantage, element-wise. This is honestly pretty cool. I love these attacks. But he's a freaking Admiral, though. I don't think Ace is, like, as strong as an Admiral. I could be way off, but, like, I didn't think Blackbeard was near the strength of an Admiral. Or maybe not near the strength, but, like, not as strong as an Admiral, and he lost to Blackbeard, but maybe that was just a bad matchup. Who's winning? It looks like they're both kind of eating each other's elements. There's no way. If Aokiji was going all out, I don't think he could beat Aokiji. I don't even think he could, like, keep up with Aokiji. Maybe I just have, like, too much faith in the Admirals and their abilities, but, like, still. They really left this guy behind. This traitor. Is he going to Impel Down? Is he going to join Mr. 2? Yeah. I was wondering what happened to Doflamingo. He's not wrong. It would be more interesting if you let them escape. But, like, if I'm being perfectly honest, there's not a chance I'm letting them escape. The Admirals really just tower over everyone. You just have, like, 10 feet tall people. Wait, so after, like, he kind of stalled Aokiji's attack, they just went by him? What the flip are they doing? That's the ship. It's just like going straight onto the land. It's squared. He did say he had to go and do something. That sword is just so unnaturally big. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's just like so many loose ends right now. You got whatever Buggy's doing. You also have like Crocodile. You have some of the warlords here. You got the admirals. I mean, like just everyone. And it's like getting aced out was great, but like you're not in the clear. I'm actually kind of surprised though that this ship is literally just going forward on land like it's a car. The flip is Akainu doing? Is he about to attack the ship? Ooh, he could sink it too. I say sink it. He could destroy the ship, right? You can't really sink it if it's on land, I guess. That's a good point. I was wondering what happened with Marco. I forgot the fact that he had the sea prism on him. You get Marco out immediately. Kinda just let the boat go by? I thought he would have started attacking it. Can always steal one of the Navy vessels, I guess, to escape. Did Whitebeard just stop this ship with one hand? And what the flip? Like, this man is like 90% dead, and he just stopped this ship with one hand. How the flip is that even possible? That is such a great coat. I know I keep bringing it up, but it is. Imagine what he could do to someone's head. Like, he could just grab your head and crush it with one hand. That's fair. Whitebeard doesn't want any of his family to die. Especially when you're older. I would rather sacrifice myself and my life for my children. I guess he's basically like, don't throw away your life. Like, even that stab, even though it weakened Whitebeard, I don't think it like entirely swayed what's gonna happen to him. Is he basically gonna be like, I'll stay behind? I think he's probably like saying his farewells. One last time, okay. This is like the last stand of Whitebeard. I mean, like, they've set up for so long now that this is like the end of an era. It does make sense. I like the fact that there will be like a tangible sacrifice. Like, to stroll into Marine headquarters and if everyone just walked out like mostly unscathed, it wouldn't be like, it almost would feel wrong. Okay, what the flip? He's actually leveling this entire place. So I take it like he'll occupy like the strongest people and everyone else will escape. That's at least a little victory that the Marines can claim. I do like the theme and the music kicking in. Old guy. It is interesting though, because even with like Garp, Luffy calls him like Gramps and Ace calls him like old man, and then it's almost the opposite for Whitebeard. Ace calls him Pops and Luffy calls him old guy. The era is changing. I still love that quote he said. Look at a young Whitebeard. Okay, so he was blonde haired. Okay, Rayleigh. Shiki the Golden Lion. Okay, this is the old era. I mean, you still got those two. They'll definitely be a problem in the future. Very nostalgic music. Young Whitebeard. He's not interested in treasures. Yeah, I gathered that much. But that's the thing. Everyone has their own treasure. Go to Newgate. So at this point he wasn't Whitebeard because he didn't have his mustache. Again, you know, it's not really a beard, but also Whitebeard is such a legend. I guess it doesn't matter. If he wants to be called Whitebeard, he'll be called Whitebeard. But still, everyone has their own treasures. It's over. Okay. So yeah, that feels like it's setting up the last stand of Whitebeard. Either way, like, the admirals are still like obviously around and they will be a problem, so you kind of need people to like shield them, because you can't just get onto a ship and then they could sink the ship. Like, what's to stop them from sinking the ship is basically the question. Guess that's something where maybe Whitebeard can just occupy all of the admirals and he'll just go down that way. I guess my question is, assuming, you know, this is the last stand of Whitebeard, who takes over the crew? You would assume it would be like Marco, but at the same time, is it possible Ace would kind of be like, oh, you know, I'll kind of take it over? No, I mean, I feel like Ace would probably have like his own little like sub crew. I guess, what do you think of this? And if you enjoyed, remember to hit that like button, and thank you for watching.